Hello, in this video, we're going to be talking about how to support a client through an emotional release. Holding space for someone experiencing an emotional release can be a challenging experience for some, and it may come more naturally to others. Either way, emotional release is likely something you will experience from your clients as you do your healing work with them. If it's difficult for you at first, know it does get easier over time and with practice. If you're someone who is highly sensitive to emotional energy, like you absorb emotional energy from other people, or you deeply feel their energy as they are experiencing their own emotions, it's very important for you to use some kind of shielding or filtering technique. And I personally prefer filtering, and I'll explain why in a separate video. But if you are someone who is very highly sensitive to emotional energy, it's important that you take care of your own space before, during, and after a session with a client, especially if it's more of a heavy session where an emotional release occurs. So there are lots of different ways that we can experience energy. We can experience energy through color or movement, symbols, emotion, perhaps even physical sensations, knowings, images, etc. There's as many ways to experience energy as there are people. These energies almost always come back to some form of trapped energy. So when you're working with a client and you start to notice maybe a certain color or physical sensation, however it is that you experience energy, this usually means that there's some kind of trapped energy or trapped emotion in that space. This could be something that belongs to the client. It could be something that belongs to an ancestor. It could be like a generational energy that got stuck. It could even be something that they absorbed from someone else. Trapped emotions refer to negative or unresolved emotions that become trapped or stuck in the body or in the energy system. When we experience these intense emotions, they may linger in the body, potentially causing physical or emotional discomfort. Everybody carries unprocessed emotions from experiences to some degree. However, emotions that aren't dealt with don't just go away, and they can get stuck. And the ways that negative emotions can impact or affect someone, they can impact the way that you think about yourself. They can impact how you react to stress. They can impact your physical well-being, your relationship with others, and so much more. You can help your clients release their trapped emotions using Reiki. The gentle, loving presence of Reiki is often enough to help a person feel safe enough to allow these emotions to rise to the surface and be felt, understood, or otherwise processed. If you have Reiki level 2, then you have access to the Seiheki symbol, which specifically helps with mental and emotional energy. And I find that this symbol is very, very helpful when releasing stuck or trapped emotions, especially if the client is having a physical, emotional response to that energy that's being released. At times, your client may have an emotional expression and may laugh, cry, or even shake, like their body may start to shake. When this happens, just remain calm. This is a good sign. Allow your client as much space to feel and process as they need, and keep supporting them with Reiki. Remain silent as they are expressing the emotion, as this lets the client know that this experience is not about you, it is about them, and you are there as a support. When the release is finished, you can gently guide them back to their body and to the present moment by offering and guiding them through some deep breaths, specifically in through the nose and out through the mouth. You can also suggest to them that they place their hands on their heart or any body part that feels like they need it. Perhaps they might want to put their hands on their head or their belly. Maybe even they just want to like hold their hands. Anywhere that feels good to them is good. After an emotional release, nervous system regulation is key. You want to help bring them back to a centered and balanced spot in their nervous system. You can help them regulate by connecting with their senses. Offer a crystal or sacred object to hold, let them touch something. You can let them smell an uplifting essential oil like lemon or orange, or a grounding one like patchouli or cypress. and offer extra support to their root and heart chakras as well, as these energy centers are all about grounding and emotional flow. If you are open to it, you may offer a listening ear if they would like to verbally process their experience, but this is not always necessary. You are not a therapist, and so if that is something that you are not interested in, you don't want to hear that processing, you do not have to. However, sometimes a client can feel a lot better just knowing that there is a compassionate ear listening to them as they process through their problems. Always be sure to fill the space in the body or the aura that was released with positive energy. I find that this can be a really great time for the client to become more involved in their session. And if there has been a release of, let's say, despair and grief from the heart space, we can ask, okay, what would you like to fill this space back up with? And then they get to think about the energies that they want placed in their body. And it can be a way that they get to be more of an active participant in their healing process. The most important thing that you can do for a client who is experiencing an emotional release is to remain calm and non-judgmental. Keep the Reiki flowing to them and continue to offer your compassionate presence. Allowing someone to express their emotion freely and safely can be a life-changing experience. And I know that for me, getting to support people through their emotional release experiences, it keeps my job fulfilling, and it's deeply satisfying for me. So this is how you can support your clients through an emotional release. Thank you so much, and enjoy the next video.